Welcome back to the Boot Tragedies, man. We finally got some word from Dennis Allen on how he's kind of feeling about this season, kind of his process through free agency. His first time being the head coach for the Saints. He kind of talked about some things at the owners' meeting, gave some very interesting tidbits. Not gonna lie, Sean Payton really never really gave much in his interviews. He was always kind of keeping things close, within himself, which I get it. You're a head coach, man. You've been doing it for a long time. Don't want to give, too much away about draft process, about, players, injuries, all of that. So it was good to see Dennis Allen actually, answering some questions, kind of going into detail about some things. And I wrote some things down that we're going to talk about. First thing, man, his confidence in Jameis Winston. He talked highly of Jameis Winston. Obviously, it's his starting quarterback. So, you want to talk highly of him. But the things he mentioned, last year, Jameis playing well, Jameis decision making, which obviously improved a lot from he was in Tampa. 14 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That was super good from Jameis. He also talked about just his record as a starter for the Saints. Obviously 5-2 when he was a starter for the Saints. That's a good record. Obviously, if you double that, now you're 10-4 and so on and so forth. So that's a solid record for Jameis. He talks highly of him, man. I think he thinks that Jameis Winston can be the guy that he can get things done for the team, long as he's taking care of the ball, making good decisions. Then Jameis Winston can make this team thrive, because obviously MT will be back. The defense is still going to be top 5 in the league, so Jameis Winston just has to do his part, and he talked very highly of him. And speaking of MT, he did meet with MT in California. He said he just went out there just to check on him, check on the ankle, talk to him personally and things like that, which I think is good, man. You have to be around your star players. You have to build a relationship with these players. And it's different for Dennis Allen. Obviously, he was focused on the defense for so long that he never really got to talk to these offensive guys, build relationships with these offensive guys. I mean, obviously, you're around them, so you see them, but it's not the same, when you're the head coach. Now you got to focus on both sides of the ball, evenly. So that was very good to hear, man. Then they went on to talk about Teron Armstead leaving in free agency. And like I said, Dennis Allen kind of, echoed, which is just the right sentiment. Teron Armstead missed a lot of games. So, yes, we're missing him, but the guys got to fill in. Obviously, you got Landon Young, but I think he was talking about James Hurst. He said he feels confident if he has to play left tackle that he can. But also, he didn't give James Hurst is going to play left tackle answer, because obviously they're going to still be looking to upgrade. They still may be, taking a tackle in the first round. So, he didn't confirm, that James Hurst was going to be the guy, but he does feel confident if James Hurst is asked to be that guy. So we'll see how that plays out, man. He also said that, the team's looking to add a receiver. Hey, I don't need to talk about this. Everyone's talked about this. The Saints need a receiver. That's obvious. They brought Traquan Smith back. Deontay Hardy's back. Callaway's going to be there. MT's coming back. And yet, we still need a receiver. That group of guys haven't proved anything outside of Callaway a little bit and MT. So obviously bringing another receiver is a must. He says that. Everyone knows that. That's not a surprise. He also said that he would rather build through the draft than free agency. That's kind of what I said earlier on the Traquan Smith video. It almost makes no sense to sign a free agent, wide receiver at this point, just because the draft is loaded. Get one of those guys in the draft. You got younger guy, fresh legs guy. You're probably going to get a faster guy and stuff like that. So just build through the draft. Kind of pick and choose where you want to go in free agency, just taking guys. But building through the draft is the best way, man. Those guys are going to be cheaper. They're going to be younger, more than likely faster. So it's just a good way to build through the draft, especially from a team like the Saints, who have, drafted well. And obviously the biggest thing coming out of this, or the biggest newsworthy, tidbit that Dennis Allen gave, is that Taysom Hill will no longer be playing quarterback. Taysom Hill will no longer be playing quarterback. And I know it's still some Taysom truders out there. It's over with. It's over with. It's best for Taysom, and it's best for the Saints. Dennis Allen said he's going to focus on playing tight end. I think that's the best thing for him. I think he can be a top 15 tight end in this league. I think he's that talented. He's that athletic. He's that versatile that he can actually be a real good tight end in this league. That also, makes sense why we haven't addressed that position. If we have Taysom, Troutman, Jawan Johnson, that's a solid trio. No superstars, but that's all three guys that are pretty solid. So, man, Taysom's going to, be playing that role. That's going to be much better for him. We may still see him in the red zone and things like that because, as he did say, they kept Pete Carmichael around, and he's going to kind of run the same offense as Sean Payton. It's just that, Jameis Winston's going to be the guy. It's not going to be a mixing Taysom in here, throwing the ball and things like that. And he gave Taysom credit. He said, if Jameis Winston is my starting quarterback, I do not want Taysom Hill standing next to me on the sideline. He's too good of a football player, and I agree with that. You want Taysom Hill on the field. You just don't want him on the field as a quarterback. Nothing wrong with that. That's a compliment. Don't take it the wrong way. He's a good player. He's just not a great quarterback. So Taysom Hill's going to be playing football for us. He's always going to be on the field. And it also just makes your offense more dynamic. Because obviously he can throw the ball. So you're going to always have to keep that in the back of your mind. If he's lining up at running back or things like this, he can still throw the ball. So, like, it's going to just make the offense better, in my opinion. Hopefully, Pete Carmichael comes up with his own little pizzazz in the offense, man. Try to better this offense because, obviously, he's going to run Sean Payton's system, but he needs to change a little things up, make it fit the guys on the team, make it fit himself, and I think we'll be good to go. Yeah, and that's it from Dennis Allen, man. Hopefully, he talks more, give us some more information. Hopefully, we sign some more players and things like that because I'm ready to get to talking, man. The draft is approaching. Getting kind of excited about it. About to start doing some player eval soon. I just want to kind of wait and go get a good crop of guys before I just dive into so many players. There's so many, college players. I just don't want to do 700 players. So I'm just gonna, try to get a good solid group of guys and then go from there. But as always, just a Boo Tragedy. Send them out.